Hey, it's Pupmeister, and as you can tell, I'm in my home base, which is getting kinda crammed. So it's time to make an automatic sorting system. So I cleared out the basement, and we're gonna put it right in here. And of course, you can extend it as long as you want. And in fact, in the future, I might break out this wall and keep going. But for now, we're going to build it right in here. So let's take a look at what we're going to need. For each chest you want to sort, you're going to need one redstone torch, one repeater, one comparator, 2 hoppers, 2 chests, and 3 redstone. I think I'm going to do 9 or 10 or 11, I'm not sure. So I have made all the necessary additions here. Now you're also going to need something that locks your hopper. And so I'm going to use dark oak slabs because it needs to be something that you will not be sorting. And needless to say, dark oak slabs are not something I'm going to be sorting. And then of course, to label your chests, you can use signs or item frames. I like the look of the item frame better because you can put a picture of whatever you're sorting on the end of the chest, but that is completely up to you. So let's get into how to make the actual sorter. So let's start right here. This is the pattern that you're going to need for every single chest, because we're going to be going this way. All right? So you're going to need a comparator, but it has to face this way, okay? So the 2 knobs at the end. Then you're also going to need a redstone torch, which goes under there, and a repeater, which will go there, and make sure the knobs are towards the torch, just like that. And then 3 redstone, all along the top onto the bottom, right there. Then from here, you want to put on a hopper onto the comparator. So it looks like that. And then somewhere around here, you want to put your chest. And I'm going to make it all the chests double wide. And that's just a temporary block. And if I want to extend this, I can put another chest underneath. But for now, I'm just going to do this. Now, for this guy right here, you want to put in, now this is where it changes slightly from what other people will say. Because other people will tell you to put 1 of each of whatever you're not going to use as locks. And then 41 items of what you are going to sort in that first position. However, I don't like that idea. Because imagine when it comes to diamonds or netherite or whatever. Do you really want to be wasting just 41 just sitting here doing nothing? Now I know why they do it. It's because if you overload the number that is here, it will start draining out this hopper. And you don't want that to happen. So what they do is throw in a ton of stuff at the same time. What I like to do is just put it all in a chest at the end, which will filter through the system one by one. And it's fairly quick too. And after all, it's not like you need the stuff right away. You're sorting to put it away. So does it really matter if it takes a little longer? And this way, you can have one of the item and then put 11 in each of these, because it has to add up to 45. So it will look like this. And this stone could be a diamond, it could be a gold ingot, it could be iron, it could be redstone, it could be lapis, it could be whatever you want. All kinds of different wood, whatever you're sorting goes right there. Okay? So remember, one of the item you want to sort and 11 locks. And that way you're not wasting 41 of what you're looking for. And the way we're going to do it, this will never overload. Now you can head over the other side, crouch, and put this hopper into the chest. And as you can see, it's not draining because now it's waiting at the comparator for that stone to show up to send into your chest. And then to make the rest, you're basically copying everything we did here. So you can just build this out just like this. Repeater in there. Redstone torch there. And remember, the comparator has to face that way. And then 3 redstone down the side, just like that. And what are we missing? Well, you got it. You got to put the hopper into the comparator. Then you can put another chest right in front of this one. And then you want to load this one with 11 of each as well. And let's say for this one, we want to sort redstone. So you can put that in there. And then you want to put another hopper going into this chest. And this one's ready to go. We'll do one more, but in theory, you should kind of be getting it by now. Okay, so repeater there. Redstone torch there. Comparator this way. Redstone dust all the way down to the end. Hopper facing into the comparator. All right, and let's put our diamonds in this one. And then we can put another chest just like that. And a hopper facing into it. And just repeat this over and over and over again. And I would leave, I'm going to go to this torch, and then I would leave about 2 spaces at the end. Now, if you're outside or somewhere, then this doesn't really matter. You've got all the space you want. But if you're doing it inside, you're going to want to leave at least 2 spaces at the end, just for cleanup. And over here, you're probably going to want to leave 4 or 5 spots. So I might have to dig into this wall a little bit for the feeder system, but that's basically what you want to do. Please note, I made a small mistake and forgot to mention that you will need this ice sign combo at the end of every 8 squares. That's the distance the water will travel. So always remember to put this in, and I will more fully explain it later in the video. So when I have all this set up, we will continue. I'm just going to add one little thing. When you're extending it, and you know that you're going to be extending it for quite a while, basically what I did was I put this in, and then I put the repeater in. And then I put the next one in, and put the repeater in. And the next one, and the repeater, etc., etc. And then I came up here and put every single one of the comparators in. And then you can just put in all the torches, just like that. So you can make it very easy. Okay, well, as you can see, we're all done. I put the item frames on the front and showed you what I've got in each of the hoppers up here, like that. Okay, and they all have the 11 slabs and the one item that you want to sort. So the next thing you want to do is add a chest at the end. Okay, so put a chest like that, and then you want a hopper that goes right into it at the end of the line of all these comparative hoppers. Okay, so anything that does not get sorted going through here will end up in this chest right here. Now you might be asking yourself, how are we going to move the products through this? Well, it's going to be with a waterway that is what will be on top of all these hoppers here. So for this part, you might want a bunch of glass so you can see the items flowing through while you're standing here. Now, if that doesn't matter to you, use cobblestone or anything else for that matter. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to use glass just because I want to see what's going on. And just to make it all the same, I'm going to use glass on both sides. So I'm just going to come around the side here and just start it over here like that. And I have a silk touch pickaxe, so I'm going to get my glass back. And then just run it all the way down both sides. Whoops. Now, once we're this far, we can start working on the loader. So this is what you're going to need for the input mechanism. 1 dropper, 3 redstone, 1 comparator, and 1 repeater. And that's it. So I am running out of room here, and I'm definitely going to have to dig into the wall to finish this one for me. So the one other thing you're going to need that was not in the chest or in our little shulker box over here was blocks that you're going to build this from. You're going to want at least 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And then you're going to want to bring this all the way up. So right here, just put some temporary blocks here. That is where you are going to put your dropper. Right there, facing out, just like you see there. Okay, then you can get rid of this guy. And now you want basically what looks like a 5-sided dice coming off here. That's temporary. Okay, so I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to dig into this wall. So I cleared the other stuff out of here so you could kind of see the 5 pattern that I was talking about. And then you're going to want to, and I'm probably just going to use some temporary blocks here. But this is where you want to put your comparator, right on that block there. And you want it with the two knobs closest to the dropper, just like that. Then you want to grab some redstone, and the redstone goes up there. More redstone there. And then you're going to want to box that up and put two more squares like this. And right here is where you want to put your repeater. And then one more redstone just to finish the circuit. And what this circuit does is it makes sure that anytime something enters the dropper, it's fired out. Okay, so that's what this does. So this repeater here, just click it once, and that should slow it down enough so that there's no overflow in any of these hoppers like we discussed earlier. If for some reason that's not enough, then click it again a second time. And that is the end of our circuit. So we can pretty much seal the rest of this up. And that's just because I went into a wall, like I said. If you're outside or whatever, then you would just keep it all like it was. Now, if we wanted to test it, let's just put a piece of, actually, let's just put some diorite in it. And there you go. See how it got fired? So that's exactly what we want. So we're going to want to come in here just for a minute. And we're going to want to block this off because the water source is going to be right here. And then we can use a temporary block again. And then I would just cover the first two, so when things get fired out of here, they don't jump out or get misplaced or anything like that. Okay? So I'm just going to close this because we're about to place the water. And you want to just place it on the back, just like that. And it will flow along. Now, there's a couple ways to keep this thing going once your water runs out. So I just realized I made a little boo-boo here. This needs to be a space to keep moving things over. There cannot be a hopper here. So when I correct my mistake, which will be right now, I'm just going to pause it and I'll let you see what I mean. Okay, welcome to my boo-boo. Okay, so basically the thing to keep in mind is when you place water, it only goes 8 squares and then it stops. So we need a mechanism to keep the items flowing through. And that mechanism is a block of ice and a sign. And as you can tell, there is no hopper here, there's no chest, there's no nothing. This is an empty square. And then you want to place another water source right after the sign, so when the items come flowing through, the ice will keep it sliding and go right into the next water item and go to the end. And every time you go 8 squares, you're going to need another one of these. And you could turn corners just as easily. So if you wanted, say, your items to start going off that way, just turn this. So this would be empty, and this is the way the water would flow. So just put this, the sign, a water source, but now instead of it flowing that way, it would flow this way, or that way, or whatever way you want, or just keep it going like I am. So it's completely up to you. Okay, so that was my big mistake. So please learn from my mistake. That's what it looks like from below. And things will just keep on flowing. So now, let's give it a test. Now before we test it, the one last thing we need to do is we need to put another hopper into this dropper, just like that. Now, as you remember, my main area is up there. So I can create a hopper system that feeds a chest up there. So I can put all my stuff in the chest, it'll go through the hoppers, into the dropper, and through the system. But for now, just to test it, and just to show you, we'll put a chest on top here, and then I'll get a few items and we'll throw it in and make sure everything is sorted properly. Alright, so here we go. I grabbed a bunch of stuff. I got 10 of everything, so it'll be very easy to check if all 10 got sorted correctly. So basically, you'll come home from a mining excursion. Maybe you've already smelted some of this stuff, and you're going to put them all into this sorter. And I put 10 stone in as well, which of course is not sorted. So that should end up at the very back. So let's go up the front here, and we can see things zooming down. And again, if this is too slow for you, you could just make it 1 click instead of 2 on the repeater over by the dropper. Okay, so everything's done. Let's check now to see if everything got put in the right place. Okay, there's 9 coal here. And keep in mind, you might have a single coal in the bottom hopper. That will only happen once, and that 1 coal might stay there. So just keep that in mind. So it was sorted correctly. We've got 10 in total. Okay, we got 9 redstone dust, so probably the same thing with the hopper there. Yeah. Diamonds, we got 9. And 1 diamond in there, 9 emeralds, 1 in there, 9 gold, 1 in there, 9 iron, 1 in there. We got 9 diorite, and I think you know where the other one is. And then we didn't throw any of the andesite in there. We got 9 granite and 0 gunpowder. And in here, we have our 10 stone. So everything got sorted properly. Keep in mind about that 1 item that might stay in that back hopper. But this is basically what you want to do. So you saw how I was opening the chest just from the side because these item frames are on it, or you can open it just underneath the item frame. But if that bugs you and you just want to open the front of the chest like this, put the item frames up here on the hoppers, and then you can know what's in the chest without the item frame getting in the way. And again, if you want to expand this, just place another chest right here with another hopper going into it from the back. Just keep in mind that the more you do, well, you can do as many as you like, but remember it fills up from the bottom up. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Other than that, that is how you make a very easy item sorter. I hope this was helpful for you. Sorry about my big boo-boo there. Okay, welcome to my little bonus section. So, this is going to deal with tweaks you can make, and also just taking a look at what my sorter looks like when it's all done and expanded. Alright, so let's take a look. So this chest right here in the middle is where I throw in stuff I want sorted. So let's just break it. And great, it went through the system. Not what I wanted, but oh well. And you'll see that there is a hopper here. This hopper feeds into another hopper, which is right underneath, and then those feed to hoppers that go out that way. I have cleared out a lot of my chests and made a nice double stairwell down here. So you can see the hoppers coming out up there, and they just come around and go down right into the dispenser. Now remember what we said before. I have it on the second click so that it goes slower and less items are missed going through the system. You can slow it down even more or speed it up a little. That's completely up to you. If you speed it up, you might want to take a look at what you're doing here and maybe make these 10 of each, and then make this 5 coal, for example. So it'd be 10 of each dark slab and 5 coal. So that's another way to slightly adjust your settings. So as you can see, I have extended it a fair amount. I'm thinking of maybe bringing the bridge across, and then any future expansions will be on this side so that I have chests on both sides. And just so you can see how the chest works up here, you basically just dump in whatever you want sorted into the chest, and it goes through the hopper system and flows out here, as you can see. And everything is still getting sorted exactly how it should. So if you have any further questions or concerns, just leave it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. If you want more stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Have a great day.